Well, it's in the morning here now. 4 o'clock this morning, had a wolf right here at the corner of the deck. I just range found it. It was 12 yards from here to the tree. Over here where the wolf tracks are. That's the snow machine sitting there, my deck. Tracks went right across there in the snow. I'll go down and get some pictures here in a minute. And you can see how close this is to my house right here. The driveway and everything. My stock out here in the yard, my driveway, my pickups. It's February the 2nd, 2011. Thank you. You see where I walked out here this morning and the dog had picked up these wolf tracks. Going through here. Looks like there might have been 2 different wolves. See if I can't get down here and give you a comparison to my hand. The wolf track size. You see where he's dragging his feet a little bit. You can see where he come right through my yard here, through my equipment, and worked his way over here to the pad where the new pole barn's going in. An old camper sitting out there. You can see that he'd walked along and went over here towards the drive. You can see my tracks alongside of him where I walked through, and I weigh 220 pounds and he's sinking in about as much as I was almost. Good sized wolf. He walked right out here by some of my equipment. You can see my tracks in comparison to the size. He's about half as bigger than my heel is in my boot by quite a bit. He walked right out here and where he stopped. Before he went around my stock, he stopped and looked down at my stock in my barn here on the east end of my property. And you can see my animals down there where they're standing there feeding at the feeder as he went clear around them. The mule's been blowing all morning, and that I'm pretty concerned because we're north of the I-90 corridor here, and there isn't anything that I can do to protect my animals or my pets or my family or livelihood. I have a 12-year-old daughter that likes to play out here, and something needs to be done to make sure we manage these wolves properly. And that, because it's pretty disgusting when we have this many wolves running around right here in the neighborhood. Just at my lower end of this pasture there, they put a new subdivision in here a couple of years ago, and people are moving in, families and so forth, where it's all running wild here. And that something needs to be done to manage these wolves properly, and the ability to call out the ones that need to be. You can see where the wolf came up to the fence line here, and he stopped and milled around a little bit here. He went up and over in by my equipment here. He turned around and went back over towards the house. I'm on the west end of my property here now, and the wolves came up to the edge of the pasture here. And you can see the barn and the horse trailer. They walk right next to the horse trailer, around the driveway again, all the way along the far end, and back up to the house. You can see the house roof just over the top of the barn. And we've got 2 separate sets of tracks going here in the snow. Looks like at least 2 of them. I don't see sign of any more than just the 2. You can see here where the wolves come back out of the timber. The proximity of the barn and the hay You can just see the edge of the feeder, and then the house on up here where they're traveling. You can see here where the wolf stopped and was smelling the tracks from my house cats, my barn cats anyhow. And the equipment and how close he got to the house. And he walks all the way up to, right up to where the stairway is, the deck there, 15 yards, 12, 15 yards from the house. Here you can see where he walked right up. Goes between the two trees over there, right to the corner of the house, about 12 yards away. My deck where I let the dog out each night, and the cats and so forth. Family plays out here. Pretty sad that there is no management at all available for these animals that threaten our livelihoods and our homes. Yeah, the wolf came right up through here, right to the house, right over to the logs down under the snow. My house, my deck. The proximity, how close everything was right to our home.